From a tiny peanut planted in the red dirt fields of the American South, few would imagine that, just hours later, it could become a jar of smooth, sweet peanut butter, sitting in the shopping baskets of millions of families around the world. Have you ever wondered, how are these seemingly simple jars of peanut butter produced on such an enormous industrial scale? What's really happening inside those modern factories? Today, join AgriNext 365 as we step into the heart of America's peanut butter industry, where technology, hygiene, productivity, and flavor blend together in every golden stream. To create the perfect jar of peanut butter, the journey doesn't begin in a factory, but out in the sun-drenched, windswept fields. In Georgia, Texas, and Alabama, which together produce over 80% of the United States peanut supply. The harvest season begins when the peanut plants turn a golden bronze color. Specialized digger machines uproot the plants, shake off the soil, and leave them to dry naturally in the field for several days to reach the ideal moisture level. After collection, the peanuts are transported to a processing facility where they undergo a strict selection process. Not every peanut makes the cut. Only the uniform, intact ones, with the right moisture content and oil level, are chosen to continue their journey into the sweetness factory. Because once they're ground, there's no turning back. That's why high-quality peanut butter starts with meticulous care, right from the fields. When the carefully selected peanuts enter the factory, the journey to becoming that familiar flavor officially begins. Here, tens of tons of peanuts are poured into massive roasting machines, where the temperature is controlled with incredible precision. Not too hot to burn them, but just right to unlock their signature aroma. That unmistakable roasted peanut scent we've all encountered at least once in our lives. After roasting, the peanuts are quickly cooled by high-pressure cold air, helping to preserve their crunch and aroma. Next, they pass through an automated shell removal system. The thin skins are blown away, leaving behind only the glossy, golden kernels. Every batch is sampled and tested for color, roast level, oil content, and flavor. Because even a single uneven roast could throw off the consistency of the entire batch of peanut butter that follows. Roasting isn't just about cooking, it's about shaping the flavor. Much like how a song begins with the perfect opening note. If there's one place that could be called the heart of a peanut butter factory, it's the grinding zone, where golden peanuts are transformed into the smooth, creamy flow we know as peanut butter. After a final round of cleaning and inspection, the peanuts are fed into high-speed industrial grinders. Steel rollers spin at thousands of revolutions per minute, generating enough friction to turn the nuts into a thick, velvety, aromatic paste. At this stage, depending on the recipe, ingredients such as salt, sugar, vegetable oil, or honey may be added. Some types of peanut butter retain the nut's natural richness, while others are adjusted to suit the tastes of different markets. The smoothness of the butter is controlled down to the micrometer, because even a slight variation can affect mouthfeel or prevent the butter from being jarred evenly. During grinding, key metrics like temperature, pressure, and consistency are monitored in real time using sensors and AI systems. Even a 1-second deviation could result in an entire batch being scrapped. Not every peanut ends its journey the same way, because from that warm, smooth peanut paste fresh out of the grinder, the product splits into two distinct paths: creamy, perfectly smooth peanut butter, and crunchy, a version that keeps a bit of that roasted, nutty crunch. Creamy, a butter as smooth as velvet, goes through a second round of ultra-fine grinding, is filtered for an ultra-silky texture, and then passes through metal detectors and viscosity sensors. This version is ideal for kids, the elderly, or anyone who loves a melt-in-your-mouth smoothness. Crunchy is a whole different kind of artistry. After grinding, a portion of the peanuts is chopped into small bits and folded back into the smooth butter, creating a two-layer texture, silky, smooth, with bursts of crispy crunch. In industrial production, each type follows its own dedicated line and strict standards. Crunchy bits must be evenly distributed. No burnt residue is allowed. Must not clump when chilled. That seemingly small difference is what drives millions of people around the world to choose their peanut butter, based on their personal taste. Once the peanut butter reaches its perfect smoothness, richness, and consistency, it moves to the packaging area, where every movement is timed down to the second. An automated filling system takes over, dispensing the butter into individual glass or plastic jars. With each pump, the machine adjusts pressure and speed based on the batch's thickness to prevent bubbles, spillage, or underfilling. Next comes capping, sealing, labeling, and QR code printing, all done on a continuous production line, monitored by AI-powered cameras that inspect every tiny detail. Is the cap screwed on tightly? Is the label properly aligned? Does the QR code scan correctly? By the time a jar leaves the conveyor belt, it has passed through dozens of sensors and quality checks, ready to hit store shelves or be exported across the globe. Thanks to modern technology, a single factory can package hundreds of thousands of jars per day, while still ensuring consistency in quality, hygiene, and presentation. When the finished jars of peanut butter roll off the production line, their journey isn't over. It's only just beginning. Each carton is loaded onto a palletizing conveyor, tightly wrapped in industrial shrink film, and transported to temperature-controlled distribution centers. With an annual output of tens of thousands of tons, the United States is now one of the world's largest exporters of peanut butter. These jars will make their way to Canada, Japan, South Korea, Europe, and even markets across the Middle East. Specialized refrigerated containers ensure the butter's quality remains stable throughout its transoceanic voyage. Each pallet is labeled with barcodes and QR codes that allow for precise tracking of batch numbers, production dates, and nutritional information, all meeting strict export standards. More than just a food, peanut butter has become a true culinary ambassador of American culture. Featured in breakfasts, snacks, and even NASA astronaut meals. From a small peanut field in the American South to a dining table thousands of miles away, this is a triumph of technology, agriculture, and global supply chains. A peanut, small and humble, but when planted with knowledge, harvested with technology, and processed with care, it can go farther than we ever imagined. From the cracked soil of Georgia to high-tech factories, to supermarket shelves in Tokyo, breakfast spots in Toronto, or the family dining tables of Vietnam, peanut butter is more than just a food. It's part of a global value chain where agriculture, science, and culture come together. And that's exactly the spirit AgriNext 365 stands for, taking you from the fields to the table through real stories, thoughtful imagery, and inspiring journeys. If you found this journey fascinating, leave a comment. Which part of the peanut butter making process did you enjoy the most? And don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss the hundreds of other agricultural stories we're bringing to life. Modern, meaningful, and worth celebrating. AgriNext 365, where every seed tells a story.